Diddy trial is going on, and we all know my son's father is not happy with it. Like, he's not happy. But what Daphne is doing is indicative to her character. It was so it's been rumored and known for years that she has been a pole girl from um Vegas. Like, that's known. That's known. Um and he knew that when he beat her up in California, which everyone, he seems like that's just so buried how he beat her up. It was a domestic violence case in California. Um, we all know the Diddy trial is going on, and when her office tried to contact me, hey, y'all tried to contact me
Okay.
to
Right.
testify in that case. They contacted my child support attorneys for me to question me and to testify in Daphne Joy's domestic violence case, which I declined. Which I declined. Which I declined.
What made you decline?
Um, as I'm a mother first, and I'm a woman, but during the duration of the relationship with her and 50, she gave me so much shade, and she was trolling me along with him. Like, she thought she was superior. She thought her and her child were going to be superior to Marquise and I. So I said, ah.
All right, 50 Cent's baby mama, the one he had with Marquise, the son that he beefing with that looked just like him. Basically said, alleged that he had a DV case on the Daphne Joy girl. Said that it's alleged. It then said allegedly, but then said that everybody knows she was a call girl. It's nothing like a scoring X. One thing about it, bro, when you have a woman, and they talk, you could talk about some men that, and I would say, I don't want to say rare cases, and some smaller, in Hollywood, it's very rare if a man is telling the truth, or if he flat out lying or fabricating, or whatever. People in Hollywood, remember with Tyrese, even though he was telling the truth, and shout out to Samantha Lee. But basically she could have lied and lied about it. She left because she never loved Tyrese. Her mother told him to leave him. She left, and Tyrese went on this rant, and people told Tyrese to shut up. He was lying. He must have cheated or did something. He did absolutely nothing wrong. You know, um, so that was the case. But you don't see so many dudes. You got Cash Doll Baby Daddy, which I feel him though. I wouldn't be doing that. He is an aspiring rapper or a rapper trying to make it, but then again, they ran in her house and he defended the court, and that's what I'm telling y'all, man. You can't let these women have the cake and eat it too. When they, whether he cheated on her or whatever the situation may be, um, a lot of women, they end all be. Just think about this for a minute. I'm gonna speak on this probably on the Patreon or the Free Game 89 channel. Both links in the description. Think about this. Most women draw the line in a relationship for cheating, right? If you cheat, they done with you. But a lot of those same women, right? They accept, guys who been in the penitentiary, guys who ain't a job. They go to the homeless shelter and get men. They accept men being homeless. They accept dealing with drug dealers. They deal with pedos. You know what I'm saying? If you want to see who the pedos in your neighborhood is, go on the sex offender list. It's free. It'll blow your mind. So that's where they draw the line at. Cheating. You know, that's where they draw the line. They don't get mad at you because you're a villain or you are morally wrong. Cheating, and if you run out of money is where most of the women draw the line at. So think about that for a minute. But to carrying on, yeah, when you got somebody that's bitter, that's mad that it didn't work out, no matter if they didn't do what they were supposed to do in their relationship, it don't matter. You was always the villain. As the man, it's always your fault. Y'all see the K Michelle video. I did video Free Game 89. Y'all see it Saturday. Y'all see it tonight. Yep, y'all see it tonight on Free Game 89 at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, sharp. And It's always the man's fault. When you figure that out, it's always gonna be your fault. If you do it the right way, you do it the wrong way. Um, Once you figure out it's gonna be your fault regardless, you accept it. You're not arguing, you're not going back and forth, you're not asking people why. You're not asking any of those things anymore. You accept it for what it is. No matter what you say, you know what I'm saying? So he dealing with this woman, he paid her a bunch of money. There's rumors that he felt like she turned his son against you. And women can do that, by nature. They're the ones that's hands on, they're the ones that get the child in court, all the time. So of course, but as he get older, if he hasn't, he started to see some issues in his mother where his mother was the problem at. But he didn't burnt that bridge with Curtis. He didn't burnt that bridge with Curtis so bad, it's like it's kind of hard to bow out, especially when you got them female tendencies. You ain't learned how to take your L. Instead of taking your L, they just go down with their pride. But she like, oh, she called me about him doing this and like a lot of the times, man, if she was a call girl, maybe he did or didn't know. But you got to understand, a lot of these brothers go to passports. He from the Philippines or Thailand or whatever like that. A lot of these dudes get a passport, and these women know how to finesse. They know everything that's going on in America, what the women ain't doing. They know how to massage you. They know how to cook what you want, wait on you hand and foot. The feminine game is the same game everywhere. A lot of times it's just a finesse. They would prefer they would prefer to be with a guy from their country. But to get out of poverty, to stave off poverty, to get saved, to get in America, to have an opportunity to level up and grow their roots here, they just use you. So most of the time, it's not love. You can't bring them back. And if she was a call girl and 50 knew that, I mean, shit, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people, hoes be cool. Everybody know that. Some of us, who he learned that early, you can't make a woman more than what she is. The girl might be fire physically, the sex might be fire, but she got the mind of a hood rat. She a scammer. She a thief. She just not a deep thinker. She just got a surface mindset. So you can't save her. She's smoking weed and drinking. Got hella. You be like, man, if she could just, you can't. You can't want more for somebody than they want more than for themselves. So when you see a call girl, you know what I'm saying, in your mind, maybe you can erase that. You might be the 55th person she been with this week. Maybe you can erase that. Maybe the conversation she finessed so good, or she made you do this so well. She made you curl your toes, and she made you go crazy. And you like, maybe I can just make him something more. It's all a finesse move. Anybody that sell their body, anybody that put silicone in their ass and fixify in their ass and silicones in their titties, they're mentally ill. They can't be saved. Anybody that is sell their body, they can't be saved. Anybody let the football team run through them and move to Cali and move to New Orleans, they can't be saved. A lot of us learn this lesson a little early on in life. A lot of guys who don't deal with women early on in life, they grow up and they get some money and they learn this lesson a little bit later in life. But sometimes it's a deadly. It's a deadly. It's a big blow because if you choose to have a woman who on the blade, you think they won't weaponize their kids for financial gain. So I'm not getting into whether Curtis did this and did that to her. You know, she said, "Well, I didn't, respect her because he was in on the trolling and this, that, and the third." Like I said, it's just, you know, I can't believe nothing that she really says because she's trying to get back at. She's still mad at him. She's still mad at him. I mean, any woman that turned their son against their father, I just can't trust their word, regardless if it's Curtis, Eminem, Brad Pitt, Denzel. Why I can't respect it? Because anything you go through, right? Anything you go through, you should not want to turn the son against the father. You and the father may have differences, you know what I'm saying? And just showing you 20 something years later, she ain't learned shit. She ain't learned shit. Ran and put them people on you. She ain't learned shit. She ain't try to sit them down and say, you know what, son, I was wrong. I shouldn't have did that. Hey, Curtis, I was wrong. So I can't believe nothing she say. So that's my opinion on it. Check out the music entertainment playlist. Check out the Real 101 playlist. Hit the link tree. Find me on X, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Patreon, Amazon, or Detroit Channel, the whole nine. Peace.